Hi guys, it's Mr. Sci-Fi, Marc Zicree, and many of you who've been watching the Mr. Sci-Fi channel know that I've been shooting most of them in my car. Well, I actually have another vehicle, and this is it. It's the Paladin, the spaceship in Space Command, and I'm here at the Space Command studios, and I wanted to talk about reality because recently I was sitting down with my producer working on the budget, and he was talking about you have to face reality, and I said to him, well, you and I have a different definition of reality. For me, reality is what I have to avoid until I find a solution that I can apply. So, and so I wanted to talk about reality and science fiction for a minute because when I was a kid, my parents were divorced when I was 3, and so I think I gravitated towards science fiction because I needed escape from reality, and outer space was as far as I could get from the reality that I was in. But as I continued to grow and mature and become a writer and have a life that was very rewarding, reality became, I started to ruminate on reality a lot more and the nature of reality in science fiction and in our world. And of course, as a producer on Sliders, I was dealing with alternate realities, alternate histories, alternate dimensions. And in science, with Einstein and quantum physics and relativity and all of those things, reality started to become something very different from what we observed with our senses and there were many things that were counterintuitive in terms of relativity and physics and so forth. And also in Twilight Zone, Rod Serling said reality may not be at all what you think it is. And the later part of the 60s, the counterculture, all those people who were teenagers in their early 20s in the late 60s were kids in the late 50s and early 60s. And so I think they were all watching Twilight Zone, and in Twilight Zone they were saying, well, question authority, question reality. Reality might be something greater and very different. So as you started to have people altering their perception of reality, you started to get a very, very different world. And so now we live in a world where reality is extremely malleable. And our nature, when we look to the stars and look at other dimensions and all of that stuff, we see that our assumptions are very, very different about our lives, about reality. And that's thanks to science fiction, thanks to science, thanks to guys like Rod Serling. And so as I sit here on my spaceship and talk to all of you, I just wanted to share those thoughts because questioning reality is usually a very useful thing to do. And I'm glad to be actively participating in that journey of exploration and discovery. So from the deck of the Paladin, I bid you a fond adieu. If you want to talk about your versions of reality and how science fiction has altered your view of reality, please comment, share the Sci-Fi channel, the Mr. Sci-Fi channel, subscribe, do all the things you've been doing. It's great. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk again very, very soon. And keep watching the skies, and if you're interested in Space Command, check out spacecommandmovie.com or our Space Command Movie Facebook page. Talk to you again really soon. Bye-bye.